this piece of crap. Now, guys, what do I always tell you guys, right? Vine comes all the way down here. It fills the fucking whole gap pretty much in the pre-market. Look at this. All the way down here. Now, maybe it still says 10 or 20. Even if it says 30, I don't care. I only care that you look at the daily chart, right? And look, there's a level right here, 320. It's literally opening right on top of that level. Now, when a stock doesn't have a big gap below, you can't trade it as a gap fill, gap and crap or whatever to fill the gap because there's no fucking gap to fill, so half your edge is gone. So, what you need, if you can't have a gap fill short, you need a topping tail daily. Just like this. See, there's no gap here. So they needed a topping tail daily. So when there's no gap, you need a topping tail daily. Because look, if this was opening right here, this candle just wouldn't look right if it just popped up to here and came back down. That just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It wouldn't be right. So it either opens up here and dumps, opens up here, pops and dumps, or it opens down here and it makes a topping tail daily. Now, so we know we need a topping tail daily by the time the open comes. Now we're over here. What levels are we going to use? Well, first things first. Fib life. Fib life to the fullest. Now, we're looking. We have ultimate high pivot here. Multi-touch ultimate high pivot at 520. For those who are new, ultimate high pivot, ultimate high pivot, ultimate high pivot, multi-touch. This one also had gap fill prices, the gap fill pivots that I like, at 490. There's a gap fill pivot right there. It had gap fill pivot at 475. Now, what do we do? There's so many levels. What level will it go to? Well, that's why we wait for triggers. We had another level right here. Micro pivots at 410. Just many levels. And also this 410 had a ultimate low pivots over here. There was just so many levels. That's why we used the trigger system. And now the stock is going up. This isn't even valid. In the pre-market, I don't know why in my head I thought I measured it was going to be up 40%, but it wasn't. This fib level right here was normally a nice trade if the stock's up 40 or 50%, but the thing was only up 30% still. And then you see it just like dicking about. No good. We need more like extension. We need to get away from the support. So we know we have levels higher, but we want it to go to the clear levels way up high. This confluence up here with the 38 fib and the whole dollar and that. And then right here, like I always say, it was past 11, so I wasn't that excited about it. Didn't tell you guys, I'm smashing this right here. But anybody who doesn't care about how late they trade into the day should know by now. This is Trigonomics 101. Trigonomics at the key level or just below the key level. Trigger, highest volume of the day to boot. Not that today was high volume, but still, look, higher than all these. That indicates the top many times. Even when it's not highest volume, it indicates the top. Trend line, trigger, yeah, I had that drawn on too, right here. I had it both drawn on, trigger and trigger. I think I actually got filled when I broke the trend line. That was trigger, two triggers. Two triggers, one trade. But just not the best time of day, as we say. 11 o'clock or whatever. It's like, at that time, really, I don't blame anyone for not taking the trade because that's just a rule break. I slapped myself on the wrist already. Bad boy, bad boy. All right. So that was pretty much that one. And this one, I'm just going to either get stopped out or stay in it all day because when I look at the past, I say, hey, look, big spike closes at the lows. Big spike closes pretty low, so it is what it is. It's going to either come down to here, 340 level, where I'd cover or get stopped out. One or the other. The other gappers were pretty crappy, in my opinion. Just a lot of caca. Maybe tradable for some people, but I mean, this thing, I don't even think we can get shares on that. Warrants, locates, never popped back up towards the highs. Most of the things just died, didn't pop. What was the other one? VRAX, was it? That would have been nice if it popped. VRAX had pretty good gap stats. You know, you had some, where was it? Where was it in the pre-market again? All right, 83 cents. So 83 cents. You had a lot of levels, you know, nice pivots right here. The best cover end of day. Pivots right here, nice clear pivot. Another one right above it. So now you have two levels in a row right near each other. I like that. Makes it hard to break when they're stacked on top of each other. And you got another one right here. 118. Now fib life. And we're trying to find confluence with Fibonacci and daily levels. And look, so you have a 50% fib, multiple pivots right here. And you also have a 61 fib and now right there. So those are the two levels that I would want to be trading off of. 108, 110, or 120. Trigger at key level. Now, that's not to say if the stock was up more, you couldn't take it lower. But it just wasn't up more. And it wasn't just, didn't have enough range. So this probably just made a 38% fib bounce and died. I needed this to blow through the pre-market high again and dump. But look, you know, it shows you right here, supply, a little supply, and then 38 fib held. Now, I mean, if you guys are someone who likes to take a million trades, you can try to take this trade low risk, risking on 50%, whatever. It's just not my thing. It wasn't up enough. If it was up enough, I'd still, even if it was up enough, I'd still want it to push up to the 61% fib so it's closer to lower high territory from the pre-market high and have a daily level, 61 fib. And this is how I always stay safe. There's a million trades you can take, but is there a million trades you should take? There's a million coulds in the stock market. The stock could do this. The stock could do that. But is there a million shoulds? I only trade shoulds. I trade when the stock should do this and it should do that, not when it could do this and it could do that. Every stock could do this, could do that, could do this, but when it's a should, that's when I pull out the mouse. Not a could. Unfortunately, this thing just tanked. Great. Missed the trade. Who gives a shit? Next. DRMA. You guys will see now, right? Let's delete this crap. DRMA. As you see, DRMA came all the way back to the 34, almost the whole gap. When this happens, it's pretty much like final target is met. Now, that's not to say this thing's not going to gain itself all of a sudden, go back, whoop, rip back up here, right? No, but it might have some last low volume dead cat bounces and pop up and come back down. You know, kind of like it did over here. You get a big pop, and then the next day you get 1, 2. Look, this is what I mean. This is like, look, the next day you get a 50%, 60. That's why I like those levels. Down here, it didn't even make it to the 38% fib, but I'm not trying to trade it below those levels. You know, it's just not. If this stock only bounces up to here, if this stock goes like this, if this stock right here today bounces up to here, to 280 and then comes back down. Now it could hold 225. Yeah, you could find some risk reward there, but it's not my thing. I'm looking for this. Guillermo, tisk, tisk, tisk. Remind me to unmute you when you're being a good boy. So I'm looking for, you know, bounces to, now let's look, see if there's any daily levels. Remember, we always want our bounces to line up with daily levels. So if the lower fibs line up with daily levels, hey, knock yourself out. Me, I want confluence at a higher level, better risk reward level that would attract more shorts. So guess what? There isn't really any good daily levels below this 38% one, which it rejected. Yeah, that's fine. So if it popped back up here, yeah, you could take that trade. I don't want to. I want it to be up over at least 50%. So if there's a couple daily levels up here, if this daily level was right here, great. 50% bounce in that. That's nice. I'm not so desperate to take a trade. I need to short this pop right here, 20 cents, or I'm going to scale in like every 20 cents up to the fucking 350 and then hope it goes down. You know, just not going to do it. I mean, I whack out 30, 40, 50% gains all the time. I don't need to trade this little crap just to get a 5% gain. It keeps you in the right mindset. And you guys have to understand that some traders aren't trading with 200, 300 shares, which it's much harder to trade small spaces with more shares. It makes it different. All right, let's look at Netflix. Netflix was a gap down from earnings, which actually ended up giving a decent trade at the open. See you guys, gap down. This is what I'm always talking about. Gives you the topping deal into the 2134, rejects for the short, and you could have got a pretty 7-point trade on that. Now this might continue to break down, but you have to realize at the open, most of the time the stocks aren't just going to keep dumping. You're going to have to sit through this shit if you want a huge gain. So that's why I always recommend scaling out and then maybe holding a piece. Even if you put your stop at even on here, you might have got stopped out. But the reason why Netflix was different than the other one, than Baba, is because Netflix has so much... No, the Tesla, was it? Tesla has so much range. Plus, you guys see, Tesla had this next pivot right here. And Tesla also had Netflix had the... Do you see this right here? Look at this. This is a cup and handle. You see that? A cup. Look at this. This is a cup and handle. That's a pattern right there. So that's a breakout level of the cup and handle. Right here. This is a breakout level that has never been retested. Remember, you guys, when stocks break out, they retest the level. So this is how you use every technical analysis knowledge. I know that this is a cup and handle that broke out. It's never been retested, so that's a great target for a gap down because it should retest that level. Now, do you see how I put that together? So it opens below the next pivot, and now you know, that breakout level never has been retested. So you had the next pivot there. It didn't even bounce the next pivot. Kind of made it to this little weird candle low here. Previous candle low. But you know you have that level above for protection. But still, it doesn't. Once you see it go over under the EMAs, you can just blast it. PTPI. PTPI. Well, PTPI, that's why I was saying yesterday, you don't short below the 50, 60% fibs. This is what happens. Look, 61% fib. I mean, if you try to short it down here, this day you might have got lucky it didn't come up. Then right here, you try to short it, you get stopped out. It's the stocks make higher lows and lower highs and lower lows. So by natural order of the stock market, a lower high is up here. This is where it went. Because this is a high, it comes down, makes a higher low, and then it goes back up, makes a lower high, comes back down, makes a higher low. That's how these stocks move. So the best place to trade the stock is always either at the lower high position or the higher low position off a place that already proved to you to be worthy. Just like if you're trying to long and you see a stock flush and then it holds that level and bounces really big, the best place to long now is back down at that level on the high or low, because that gives you the best risk reward. So just like right here, just like this right here, this dumps, right? Where's the best place to short? Right here? No. Right here? No. The fucking lower high position, because that's what should happen. It should make a lower high, even if it's going to go lower. And the lower high gets you closer to the real place that it failed last time. The true place. Not the place that you made up in your mind. Not the place that you hope that it stops. The true place that the stock held. So what better place to short than right near the true place that was actual resistance? Right? Right. Like this right here. Look. This stock pops up. It slams down from this level. So this is the true place. So if you're shorting down here and you're making up a stop like right here and you get stopped out, because it goes up. Well, what do you expect? This is the true look left. This is the true most recent place that the stock failed from. So anything less than that would be uncivilized. You see what I'm saying? Look right here. Stock rips off of there. So this level proved to you that it was strong. So when it comes back down, if you try to buy it right here and then you stop out right here, you're an idiot. If you try to buy it right here and you stop out right there, you're an idiot. Support is right here. This is the only level that proved to you to hold. So buying a pullback, unless you're using an EMA strategy, which, we know when to use those and when not to. If you're stopping out before the true level that has proved itself, well, then the best place to get long is the place closest to the level that proved itself. And that's why even on ads, you guys, I like to see this. It goes up. I'm not adding right here, even if it's a fib, because the risk is still up here. I'm waiting for this to fail and then adding on the lower high of that because that gives me the best risk reward. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent now. I don't even know what we're talking about. All right. DLTR, unfortunately, didn't make it down to my... let's go over that real quick. That would have been a nice one, too. DLTR. Why do I love DLTR? I've been talking about it for like the past week. Kind of like what we were just talking about on SA. Look, right? Same idea of SA. 8 crosses over 21 through 4. It rips. It comes back. You get the wick to the 34. It closes above. That was meet the long right there. But it didn't. I forgot about it. So now the stock's moving up. Now, is it likely that this stock is going to bounce off here, go up to here, and then just dump down to here? I don't think so. First time back. So what is it going to do? It's going to make a higher low. Just like look at this. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. In trend. Lower low, lower low, lower low. Look at this. Higher, higher high, higher low. Higher low, higher low. Stocks, they make lower high, lower high, lower high. Lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. So the bounce place is right here. So I wanted this to wick back down to the EMAs, which would make a higher low from where it bounced from and a fib bounce and still be above the stacked positive daily EMAs, even though they're not really stacked positive. Well, no, they are stacked. Why is my fucking thing saying stacked, not stacked positive? The fuck? 8, 21, 34. What are you, blind? Label? Anyway, so how do we play the secret setup? Easy. The stock, the EMAs crossed over on the 10-minute chart. It broke the downtrend. This high took out the most recent high. We made a higher high. Now, we made a higher high. So what are we looking for? A higher low. Where do we get a higher low? It has to come back down to the fucking 61% fib. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. Oh, because I have my 200 on there. Sorry, I never use my 200 on the daily. That's why. So 61 fib, at least. We want it to be down here. This is the higher low off the low that we made on the daily chart. This would be the higher low. It would also be at inverse head and shoulders. So if the stock came down to here, boom, it makes a higher low risking off this level, and then it goes back up to there. It's because I have my 200 on there, I think. Wait. Yeah, it's because the 200 is not stacked right. Anyway, let's lose that shit. This label is friggin' retarded, that's why. Anyway, good thing I have eyeballs and I can see. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that thing. It just likes to stay gray, I guess. Stay gray, homie. Jesus Christ, not stacked on any time frame. It's a liar. Look, they're stacked positive right here. It's lying through its teeth. Anyway, you guys understand that? So we had the nice bounce plays. Now we want the higher low. It's just like, it's just like I love trading higher lows and lower highs above fib levels. Let's look at SPY. Look at SPY. Goes up to the SPY loves the 61 fib. You guys see that shit? Yesterday, every day, all day, loves the 61 fibs. Fib life, Aruski. But now, guys, why did I not wasn't loving the idea of shorting SPY? Look at this trend line. Not like yesterday when we were up at the upper trend line. That was great. Yesterday, you guys, remember? We were up at this upper channel. Hold on. Let me delete this crap. We were up at this upper channel line. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Now, today, we're down at this, not at the lower channel line, but at this trend line on the hour. Oh, look. Stacked EMAs. Trend line on the hourly EMAs. But now, guys, so you guys see the trend line here. Not only do we have the trend line here, but look. But wait, there's more. Look at SPY, dude. SPY is sitting right on top of the 80 EMA today. It gaps down right into it. You don't want to be shorting gap downs right into the 80 EMA, especially when this thing loves riding up the 80 EMA. It just doesn't want to show us its hand yet. It's either going to try to break out or friggin', it's just... But you don't want to be shorting gap downs into the 8. If you gap below the 8, maybe you can short it to the 21, but not gap down into the 8. That's not safe. That's how you get squeezed. Squeezed. So yeah, you got to pay attention to that. Now, we'll see what happens bouncing off the 8. It could go back up to the channel line again. It could fail and come back down to this channel line. I don't know. Because when you're in a channel, the best trades come from the channel low and the channel high. If trading in the middle is really not that great when you're in a channel. I don't know which way it's going to go, up or down. It could go either way. It's not a should. When you're trading in a channel right here, you're saying, oh, this is the lower channel. The stock should go up to the top channel. Now you're at the top of the channel. Hey, the stock should go down. You don't know if it's going to go all the way to the channel, but you know it should go down from there. And then we're back up at the channel again. The stock should go down. In the middle, should it go either way? Which way should it go? It's on top of the hourly EMAs and it's on top of the 10-minute EMAs. It's on top of the daily EMAs. I still don't know which way it should go because it's in the middle of the channel. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. What did it do? Don't tell me it did something crazy. Ah. Dirty fucking... That sucks. Hopefully it won't make it back up to my stop. Probably not, but let's see. Guys, the other thing is, everybody thought this thing was going to tank because of the daily chart and shit, but dude, that's literally the daily chart shows you, yes, maybe ultimately it should tank, but dude, the problem is that the move took too long to the middle of the day and it's just not the same as the morning move. So it is what it is. This was a lot of consolidation here. And it didn't do a fake move up and dump. It's actually holding itself. This is why I don't like to have all this crap in pre-market. What I was saying earlier, this year right here, it makes for bounce places. I don't like this. This is what you don't want to see. You want parabolic pre-market. Not friggin' stop and pop or consolidate for fucking 3 hours. Let's go look. Yeah, it has the gap fill prices, right? The gap at 475 and 489 or 490, whatever. 50% fib rejected in its mouth right here so far, so we'll see. See, like me personally, I wouldn't short this or add after I saw all this. If this came down and bounced back up like this, I'd short it. But after this whole thing, it's not a good add. It's not a good trade or add. So you're going to try to short it right here, right, at 460 and hope that it comes back down and breaks all this accumulation zone. That's not enough range away from the high volume support level. No bueno, Manolo. You don't want to see this before you short. It has back holder shorts, but it has all this volume accumulation below. So, I don't know. It's got to get farther away from this level to be a good risk-reward wise trade. If it tanks back below here, then great. But if it pops only a little, it could easily come back down and hold this level. Look at all this crap. Wasn't really a lot of volume, but it's still a big consolidation zone. And when I take trades, you want to be extended away from areas of support to have a good risk-reward trade. If you know the support right here, shorting 20 cents above it is kind of not, that's not like the best idea. Could it work? Of course it could, but it could do anything. Should it work? I don't think so. Because I'm pretty much... where is my... hold on, let's see. One sec. All right, see, now look. This is what I'm saying, right? Look at this. There's more volume below now, all right? There's more volume at that consolidation level than there is above at the little areas of 61 fib and stuff. That's why I don't like to short unless it gets farther away from that level. Plus, now it's just the middle of the day crapola trade. This thing's been a grindy piece of crap all day. Is SPY dumping? Why? DLTI's dumping, coins dumping, SPY's not dumping. Yeah, exactly. Just becomes a headache at that point. What other tickers did we talk about? Baba. And see how Baba almost popped back up to the zone in pre-market, but that would have been nice if it did at the open up to here. Even though, like I always say, Baba can be crazy. Tesla was the one that was really good. Look at this. Tesla was really good. It just fell too much during the pre-market. But if you look at the daily chart, right, guys? Look at Tesla, right? It's got a perfect bear flag, all right? Tesla's making a perfect bear flag right below the EMAs. Right below the 2134 and the 8. I love that. They're curling down. It's making a perfect bear flag. Problem is it has this support level right here at 176. So when we're in the pre-market now, we're like, oh yeah, this could be good. This could be good if it opens near these pivots. But dude, it just comes down so close. Ends up opening like only 2 points away with all this clear room upstairs. That's not good. We want this. Does this open like right here? If this opened around this level, it has this consolidation area right here, has resistance, next pivot, and the EMAs are like this. Could get the pop up to there and then trade it back down to 176 or close. Now, that just opened too far away. That's why you got the wick down. Didn't even get to the 176, but it was just too close to it. No good. And obviously when SPY starts bouncing, it takes everything with it. CJJD. CJJD is just... Dude, this thing's just way too beat down for me. I knew this thing wasn't going to fucking fade that much. It just caught itself and now it's going to start grinding on SSR. It's just... Dude, look at this. Look at this daily chart. Yeah, you got a pivot right here. You can scalp off this pivot, be my guess, but on SSR, scalping off that, Not for me. Wasn't even up that much. Kaka-poo-poo for shizzle. Did you get a fake breakout trigger? Yeah, but it was on SSR, so you had to chase it on SSR. So you could have traded this fake breakout trigger at the pivot. Trigonomics right there. Came up, pulled back, tried a fake breakout move, but SSR, maybe you're risking 10 cents and you got a decent trade off. 5-hour trade, but if you trade this, that means you'll trade anything. You just, different kind of cat. That's just like a more scalper mentality. And some people are good at trading stuff like that. You know, it's not my thing, but I don't like SSR at all. I hate SSR. I like to use my ultimate hotkey and smash the bid, and I can't do that on SSR. Crapola. PTPI is a tiny float, remember that. PTPI, low floater. Just fucking with shorts now. Because why? Well, let's look. It already had this huge drop. It didn't come to the 8, but it came close, and now it's going to pull the 8 up to it. But it definitely went to like, it even went past the 50, it went to the 15-minute 200 already too. Once you get to the 15-minute 200 or the 8, it just kind of ruins the trade. Now you have a dead cat bounce that could go anywhere back up. This is, this right here was a decent trade. This wicked big extension all the way up to the 61% fib and the daily level, that was an okay trade, but it was at the end of the day. This right here, this big pop and stuff up into this level, you could scalp that. At least it was like over the 50% fib and into a 50% fib and a daily level. We're not taking little bounces, but this thing's just a low flow, and who knows where it's going to go now. You don't have no edge. The gap is pretty much closed. What else, you guys? Let's look at SC. All right. SC kind of rounded bottom, coming off the bottom here. Remember how I always tell you guys too? When the EMAs cross over, look at this. 8 crossover, first pull back to 21. Now, 8 crossover. This one kind of like went below and under. That was kind of weak. But now look, the EMAs crossed below and now they reclaimed. Usually, when they try to cross over, especially since once they cross over and they friggin' fall back below, if they cross above again, they usually will stay there. The only thing that I don't love about this, is the lower high position of right here. This has resistance right here. So it doesn't have a lot of room. It doesn't have a lot of clear space to go up. That's the only thing. Even though it does overall, if it can break past that, it can run a lot. But you guys see, right? It's flagging on the 8 on the weekly chart. And it's also flagging on the daily EMAs. And it's in a squeeze right now. And it's like crossover, first pullback to the 21 and 34. Fake breakdown below this level. If that closes above that, and if it closes above the 21 too, even better. But this wick off is just like we had the other one. You could buy this and put your stop below here, below 34. And that way, even if you got in at 82 and you're risking $2, it could easily go 84, 86. It could easily go back to the highs again or even break and go to this high. But that's the only thing I don't love is that you see how far it dropped from here? This is a big supply zone right here. And it dropped very far from the supply zone last time. Very far. So that shows you that it was a really big supply zone. It's the only thing that I don't love, but it still could make a lower high up here and retest it before it comes down or break through. Still a decent swing. Just not as great if we were already above this level or this level was farther away. You know what I'm saying? Any other tickers? Any other tickets you guys want to look at? No? Anybody? What's Hey, Vine, let's just tank back down now, you piece of crap. Couldn't get past the 50%. Let's lose this level right here. We'll be good. And get under this, it's over. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording then, you guys. No, not much going on today at all.